first in 2 of the last 3 events.
And Guy being one of the most powerful and strongest athletes in the field, he has another opportunity to do the same.
He had that epic performance last night in the sandbag ladder, and he and Nick Matthew tied in the tiebreak.
Also sitting side by side in the middle lanes of the competition floor, in lanes 5 and lane 6.
Time to beat the lines of Willie George, 1:49.25 seconds. And it is Mayeros, Dallin Pepper, and Travis Mayer from early. Mayer just ahead of Dallin Pepper.
Just get a good idea of how heavy this is. Just watching the stability that these athletes have to do. Think about what we went through last night with the heavy sandbag clean and then the kettlebell clean just earlier this morning. These weights probably feel a lot heavier than they normally do in the gym.
Mayer right to work. He squat cleans at first. He got through his 2 reps. Now they go to 3 deadlifts at 475. Mayeros and Mayer, the only 2 men on that portion right now.
They have to drop in between every rep, which makes it much more challenging to pull it from a dead stop.
Dallin Pepper stepping up to the deadlift along with Janikowski. Mayeros and Mayer making the turn at the same time and back to the 315-pound barbell for 2 front squats. No problem for Mayeros. That looked like a warm-up. Now he's back to the yoke.
You're getting a little taste of everything here, Sean. You have the odd object with the strongman implement with the yoke. It's testing your midline stability and stamina as well as your leg strength. You've got the heavy dead. You've got the clean. You got a little bit of everything in this test.
Here goes Guy Mayeros as Travis Mayer is now just stepping under his yoke. 129.25. Still the time to beat Guy across the finish line. Right now, that's the second best time we've seen. So Willie George's time will last into the 3rd and final heat. Now here comes Travis Mayer. Noah Olson is on to the yoke. Olson in his 9th straight CrossFit Games appearance. Currently sits in 13th place overall. Olson has finished inside the top 10 every year except for 1. That was back in 2016 when he took 15th. And now it's Matthew and Pepper fighting it out. And Nick Matthew again edging out a fellow athlete at the finish line. And this time it's Dallin Pepper. And we have seen them all week long. The Nick Matthew cheering section up there in those neon shirts. Here comes Janikowski. Spencer Pancic is your leader on the floor right now. Pancic is working through his final set of front squats. One more look at the finish between Matthew and Pepper. Matthew finds himself in another nail biter at the end.
And what Matthew was doing, he was walking it in and dropping it forward where Dallin dropped it straight down and then tried to run across. He had the momentum going into the finish line.
"30 seconds remain. Spencer Pancic is trying to work his way across the finish line. Here goes Brent Fikowski in the black.
And at these weights, Sean, it's really hard to go faster.
15
to stay in control. But Brent Fikowski is super consistent.
Spencer's going to make it. Fikowski with 5 seconds to go. He'll get across the finish line. That'll leave Morad and Sager as the only 2 men to not finish. But Guy Mayeros in 1:39.43 seconds. Second best time so far we've seen in the event. Well, Willie George still has the top mark at 129.25.
Guy Mayeros a little bit behind after the yoke, but once he got to the cleans, What this guy can do with a barbell is just absolutely beautiful to watch, but just see how heavy that 665 is. You have one of the strongest men in competition just shaking uncontrolled.